Well, we've got one lamb down here, and Donna, is your grandbaby still over there?
No, she's
She
back.
went back? All right, just one little lamb. Will you come down?
One little lamb.
One little lamb. All right. Come right here. Scoot over just a little bit.
There you go. Perfect.
All right. Maybe a little bit over this way. All right. I really like this jumbo deck of cards. I've used it several times recently. About the only thing I could do with who would want to play canasta with a big deck of cards like this? It's just a jumbo deck. It's just like an ordinary deck of 52 cards. Actually, I've left the jokers in here too. And there's 52 different cards. None of them are like this. That's called the 5 of Spades. And if you kind of thumb through here, they're like this. The 2 of Spades are the ace. All I'm picking is spades. Let me see. There's the 9 of Diamonds. And the kind of the Jack of Clubs. And shuffle them up a little bit. They're really, I notice a lot of people, they're very fancy and shuffle. Can you come up here and just help me just a minute? Stand right here, Miss Addison. And what I'm going to do is I want you to pick a card, and I'm just going to kind of fan through them. Just take your finger, point your finger, and, okay, that one. Okay, that one right there. Here's what I'm going to do. Is you stop me right there, and you could have picked any of the other 52 cards. But I'm going to put that right there, okay? Okay, you can sit down now. Thank you. There's the 10 of Spades, but you stopped me on evidently it was close to the 10 of Spades. 9 of Spades. The 9 of Spades. All right. Now I want to show you something. Carter, there's a PowerPoint program up there called Thinking of You. If you would start that. I don't have a PowerPoint for the message today, but I do for the lamb service. You know, we were together all last week, weren't we? You and I and our family. Well, that was a great time. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But you know that I want to say this is not so much something about me as it is about everybody here. When I was away, I thought of everybody here while I was on vacation. I said, well, I was really in bad shape. I couldn't get any good preachers, so I got Randy and Danny. Actually, some good preachers, wasn't it? Brother Roger preached last Sunday, and then Shane was here, and then Randy and Danny. I always tell them, have a sermon ready, have a gun ready, just like Barney. Just have it right there in that left breast pocket, ready to put in there and chambered any time. But I know that there were people texting me and telling me things, sharing things with me that I need to know as pastor, but also and so here's a verse that I like from the book of Philippians chapter 1, verses 3 and 4. And it's my paraphrase. What it means is I read it and I put it in my own words. I don't think anything's wrong with it. It says, I remember you often. And every time I think about you, it's my joy to pray for you. I even thought you could say, I enjoy praying for you. And that's what Paul told the people there at Philippi. Never been to Philippi. But while I was away, I know that many of you prayed for me, and I certainly prayed for you every day. And when it came Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, I thought of you, and Sunday mornings I thought of you, and then many times throughout the day. So that's something I think that, as I said, it's not bragging about the way that I am, but all of you are memorable. You are always on my mind. Somebody ought to write a song like that. I told Randy this morning, I've been going around all week long and singing, Ain't That a Shame? Well, one of the greatest songwriters and musicians of my youth passed away this week. But anyway, let me show you something to prove to you that I was thinking about you. Not only you, but everybody here. Thinking about this very moment. Okay, let's look at the next slide there, Carter. What is that? That's the castle there at Disneyland, and that's the way it looks at night. And if you can see this, all those people out there standing around, I'm over here in the corner sitting down. All those people standing up and said, who is that old man over there just sitting on the ground? But evidently in Disneyland, Walt said, let's not have any chairs at Disneyland. So old people, I mean, have to sit right on the ground. Well, that's all right. I don't mind sitting on the ground. You ought to I don't know, hope nobody took pictures of me getting up. Okay, now, let's look at another. There's Walt and Mickey. That's right there in front of the castle. There's a plaque on front of that. Do you know what on that plaque says? It says partners. Partners. Also learned that there's a kind of a legend, or what do you call a legend of an urban legend, that Walt Disney is buried under the Pirates of the Caribbean, frozen. But I happen to know that Walt Disney was cremated 2 days after he died. And it's been gone a long time. I used to watch Walt Disney, but there's he and Mickey, very appropriate. That's one of my favorite spots in all of Disney World. Okay, let's look at the next slide there. We enjoyed being there, and there's my two favorite princes right there in front of Walt and Mickey. And I hope they had a good time. I'd like to take all of y'all there for no other reason than just run you all the places that I went. Okay, let's look at another slide there. Those crazy people. Now, every time we came up to a place, it says roller coaster. I'd say, I'll be right over here when y'all come out. I didn't do any roller coasters. As a matter of fact, I was halfway through one time. I guess I was getting tired. Me and Terry was going. Carice said, well, we got a fast pass. Well, here we go, man. We ran. We got there. And I've been in the line for a long time. And I started looking around and he said, you know what? I'm kind of stupid, but I think this is a roller coaster. I will see you later. Minnie rode that all by herself. All right. And Addison, we got some video of her riding her first roller coaster. She was perfectly horrified. So, all right, let's go on. Pops will do any of that. There's the whole Buell family and Mickey. All right. There's Mimi, and evidently Cinderella still ain't found that slipper. But evidently so many people get their picture made with it, surely she'll catch up on that sooner or later. But there's lots of different things to do there. If you ever get a chance to go, please go. But whatever you can do with your family, even if it's just at your home or at your house, do memorable things. And so we had a wonderful time. It's probably, I don't see how we could ever recreate that again. And so our family was, I wrote a note to Carice saying, you know, I've been to Disney World before. And I've also stood at the foot of the Great Pyramid of Giza, and I've gazed into the face of the Sphinx. I've looked up at Calvary, and I've stood in the empty tomb. But I really feel closer to God when I'm with my family than any other place in the world. I always have. All right, let's go on. Let's look at this. This is what I did on my vacation. These are two of our kinfolks. We went to the circus, which was done entirely, completely in French. That's really kind of lost on rednecks. But these were two clowns that kind of came in various places during the circus and did some funny things. They're some of my most favorite people, so they were very, very funny. All right, let's go on. We also flew over the Golden Gate Bridge, and I thought I was going to drag my feet on it. I kept pulling up my feet. That's just one of the rides. That's one of the rides I did ride. All right, one more. There's the parade going through Main Street. Can't go to Disney World without seeing the parade. Okay, another. There's the Headless Horseman, and there's all the Bangs and Buells. That's the whole bunch right there. And they were dressed up in Star Wars. I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi. And I think Mimi makes a great R2-D2. She's just right, same perfect shape and size. All she's got to do is beep. All right, so there's the kids. Okay, let's look at, well, I think there's one more slide. I'm going to show you. When I saw that, I said, that would be perfect, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that just be perfect? We were standing in line. I believe this was the Land of Tomorrow. And I said, there's a great old big card.
Brother John, what did you change that 9 into?
Well, it's a 9 of Spades. A 9 of Spades. It's just amazing that, why did you pick the 9 of Spades? Do you remember this? I didn't either. But just as soon as I thought of that, I said, you know, I need to use that in the Lamb service Sunday. So I was thinking of you. And I was just really, really, really hoping that Addison would pick that particular card. And as it turns out, she did. I think of you often. And you're some of the most special people to me in my whole life. And it's not because of any other thing than the fact that the Lord Jesus is what we have in common. I love my family, but I love them more because I realize that it's God that's given me my family. God's given you your family too. None of us are perfect, and our families are so imperfect. But I'm grateful to Him for all His blessings. He's trying to bless us all the time. Paul says, I remember you often. I think of you a lot. And he says, every time I think about you, I just enjoy praying for you. So I hope it. Have you ever just had someone on your heart, on your mind, someone you're just thinking about? That's God's way of saying, pray for them. Okay? Anytime you remember somebody or someone comes to mind, or their name or their face just crosses your memory, that's God saying they need your prayers. All right? Enjoy it. Enjoy praying for them. I enjoy praying for you. God bless you. Thank you all.